Sure. Remember to
All right.
state where you are for the meeting as we do the roll call. So we'll start with Mr. Mapes.
In Elma, Michigan.
Thank you. Ms. Therian?
Heather Thayer in Alma, Michigan.
Wonderful. Ms. Richter?
Ellen Richter, I'm Michigan.
Thank you. Mr. Schooley?
Present here in Elma, Michigan.
Wonderful. Mr. Ayers?
Don Ayers here in Elma, Michigan.
Ms. Pitts?
Present in Elma, Michigan.
Thank you. Mr. Wheeler?
Present in Elma, Michigan.
Thank you. Roll has been taken.
All right, thank you. I guess the next order of business is to approve the minutes of the Planning Commission meeting held on January 4th, 2021. If there aren't any corrections or changes that anybody suggests, I'll entertain a motion to approve them.
Move approval. This is Greg.
Support,
Right.
Heather.
All right. Do roll call again, or?
I think today we can vote aye, thumbs up, or nay, thumbs down. Is that correct?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Well, all those in favor can give us a thumbs up.
Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thumbs down. Seeing none, we'll move on. Thank you, everyone. All right. The first public hearing is for 1700 Wright Avenue. A special use permit request has been received from Byron Klaus for the purposes of providing an outdoor and propane sales and for the creation of an indoor mini storage for the proposed Ace Hardware store located at 1700 Wright Avenue, formerly the Family Fair Market Building. The location is further described by parcel number 2951 274 832-20. The zoning for this parcel is B2, general business. B2 zoning districts allow mini storage and outdoor sales with the issuance of a special use permit. And with that, we'll let Eric let us know what's going on, and then we'll open it up for the public.
Thank you, Don. Yes, this is like, as you mentioned, this is the former Family Fair supermarket building. Byron is on the call, so after we get through my memo here, any questions, those sort of things, he's here to help answer those for you. The proposal is for the outdoor sales, for display of goods, and then a propane tank, much like what TSC had a couple of years ago. Also, something new to our area is indoor mini storage, and that will go in basically about half the grocery store structure, as you can see on your map there. And Byron can fill you in a little more details on the mini storage, that sort of thing. But in a B2, we do allow both these uses through the special use. That's why we have the public hearing tonight. The outdoor sales, it will be a roughly just over 2,000 square foot space, permit display of equipment, and of course the sales of propane. Bollards will be around it, just like what we had and the spacing, everything that we have over at TSC. The interior space, we're looking at about 26,000 square foot. Retail space, just over 11,000, and mini storage around 15,000. And we're taking care of also tonight the site plan review and the special use all at once. So I'll just go ahead and talk about the other items also at the same time. Parking, we're obviously using the existing parking lot on the parcel there. In that particular parcel, there's a total of 80 spaces provided, and that's even after we take out the space for the outdoor sales. The lighting is all existing on site, so we're all good there. The deliveries that are planned and for the mini storage, all that will be done at the rear of the building. And then trash removal, there'll be a dumpster toward the southeast portion of the building where the old grocery store had their pickup and such too. Some staff comments. Providing the indoor storage is something we currently do not have within the city and the community. The addition of this use would make this building more sustainable. with all that's happened this last year, it's going to be interesting to see how we are going to be using our commercial spaces in the future, or how we may be able to repurpose them. So this may be, in this particular case, might be a way to that this one can be repurposed. Obviously, accommodating the outdoor display sales is reasonable, provides a first step of bringing the building back to productive use. The space has applied for and received an approved sign permit, and the signs are already installed. And then like we mentioned, when the placement of the outdoor sales and the propane goes in, we just want to make sure we have a staff out verification of space where it's going to be set, to make sure that we're clear of all driving areas and within the parking lot. So other than that, I'll open up to any questions for me, and then I'll turn it back over to you, Don.
All right. Any questions for Eric?
Yeah, Eric, this is Greg.
Yeah.
Just, you mentioned the outdoor propane sales being near the driving area. And I mean, on the map or in this picture, it looks pretty tight, but I suspect there's going to be adequate space to drive there. That's what you're talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Before
The bank in that.
Yeah, before we actually, say, yep, this is where it's going to go, we'll go out and meet with the owner and the contractor, make sure that we do have adequate space to move it within the area.
Okay.
Yep.
And all of the entry and exit for the storage is going to be at the back. There's going to be no access to the storage from the front or inside the store.
Byron, you want to go ahead and answer that one?
I do. Hi, gang. How are you guys today?
Good.
Oh, Brian, how are you?
Yeah, good. Thanks, and thanks for welcoming us to our family, to your guys' town. We're excited about it, first of all, so thank you. But to answer your question, yeah, we're one of the exit. There's a fire lane in the front, so we're going to do everything in the back. There's a 12-foot door, PV keypad. We'll have 2 emergency exit doors. It's on my stamp drawing for the building permit. So I have 2 42-inch doors out front just for security for fire. But everything we'd like to do is in the back. So they'll be able to come in the Ace Hardware, come to the checkout, the courtesy area, pay for storage, rent, or it's going to be online. We really push to have that done that way. And but everything will be loaded in the back. That's our intentions.
Sounds good.
Curious more than anything else. It's not a problem, obviously, but thank you.
You involved with the one in Hemlock at all?
We did. Yep. We bought that one about in July, and then I leased the rest of the facility out. And as of today, I leased the last end unit. So it's kind of nice going to these communities where, that people have pulled out, and we pull in, and we've been real successful about it. So we're excited to empty that building. Stay empty for a long time, but it had really good bones, and we got just a paint facelift, and it'll be beautiful when we're done. I think we'll shock. This is not going to be an Ace Hardware, anything around that you guys have ever seen like this before. So we're excited.
Now, I was in the one in Hemlock here, I don't know, a couple weeks ago. I guess it probably was by now. Nice store, nice looking store.
Thank you. Yep, we'll be about 4.5 times bigger than that. So that one, we squeeze. Our average hardware is around 10,000-12,000 square foot. Hemlock's only 7, and this will be about 18,000 retail. So we'll be able to do a great job. So,
yeah, nice looking store.
Thank you.
Okay, if anybody else got any questions for Eric, we'll open it up to the public.
I have a question. Is the property to the east, is it a residential property, or what is it?
Yes, that is multifamily. Those are basically townhomes. They're
Okay.
2 stories. Basically, there's probably in each of one of those long buildings, I believe probably 6 units per, and they're 2 stories. So it's all multifamily residential there.
Okay, and
There's covered parking right adjacent to the
Yes.
back something
Yeah.
Right behind.
Yes.
yeah, I was wondering about that.
I'm sorry. Yes, those brownish shaded roofs. That's all covered parking.
Carports.
Okay,
Carports.
all right. All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Eric, that's just pure parking lot out there too, where the outdoor propane sales are, right? There's no curbs or anything that designate anything out that way, right?
No, there isn't. And that's why when we go to set that, before we do set it, we like to meet with the owner and the contractor, make sure we got proper spacing because it's no curbing. It's just kind of wide open.
Just that open, yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember that, yeah.
Yep.
I'm sure they'll set some pretty big posts around the, at least the four
They'll know
corners
it's
of
there.
it. Yeah.
If I can add too, I know they have the state inspector comes out and they were really big on making sure that people can pull around and whatnot too. And then we'll put professional plastic pylons around the whole entire thing. We've got to paint that we always stay professional looking.
Okay, I see a couple of looks like people called in or something. Anyway, anybody want to ask any questions or make comments? Well, hearing none, if nobody else has any other questions, I'll take a motion to close the hearing.
Moved. Greg?
Support.
We've got a motion and support to close public hearing. All those in favor can give me a thumbs up.
Hey.
And any opposed, thumbs down.
Oh, sorry.
That's all
I
right.
missed the thumbs up. Sorry.
All right, looks like the public hearing's closed, so I'll entertain a motion to either say yay or nay on this.
Move
approve it.
approval.
Support Wheeler.
All right, we have motion and support to approve it. All those in favor, another thumbs up. Any opposed, thumbs down. Looks like it passed unanimously. Thank you and welcome to the community.
Yes, welcome to town.
Thanks, guys. We'll make you proud, I promise. So thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sharon.
All right, I'll bounce off. If you guys anything else, just give me a holler. Thank you again.
Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, I gotta find my agenda here. Give me a second. Gotta scroll up. Here we go. All right. The next thing on the agenda is a site plan review for 903 Michigan Avenue. A request has been received from Avalon and Tahoe Manufacturing. Avalon plans to add 4,800 square feet material storage lean-to on the west side of the Production A building and add another 26,000 square feet to the truck loading facility. The property is zoned L1, limited industrial. The proposed additions are permitted in the L1 district and require a site plan approval by the Planning Commission. And welcome back again, Avalon and Tahoe. You guys have been really been going at it over there for the last few years. It's good to see that.
Well, we enjoy the town and we enjoy expanding.
So
Great news.
We'll let Eric fill us in on what's happening and then go from there.
Okay. As was mentioned, we have a small lean-to addition for material storage on the west side of the production building A. That's just a typical lean-to, footings in the ground, no sides, just a roof covering the material. The second one's a substantial expansion on their truck loading facility, and that's also expanding toward the west. It basically doubles the size of the structure there at 26,000 square feet. So for the two additions, we have an additional 30,800 square feet of coverage. Looking at our setbacks, we're fine. We haven't moved anything on the north side. That still stays at our 125 feet. The west side, even with the new expansion, we are 200 feet from the property line. And the east side, we had those additions that you were just mentioning that they've been going through. We're 90 feet on the east, which is more than fine for us. And then our front setback, a few years ago, we approved the variance, 2019, we approved a variance for the expansion of their dealer room and offices there. So that hasn't changed there. Our lot size, basically between the two parcels that these are on now, is 34 acres. Our current buildings are proposed with the addition of them is 306,698 square feet, which we're at 20% coverage at this moment with that with the new structures, and maximum in the LI district is 40. Obviously, when the next step, pulling the building permits for the additions, get some verification on. I think Jim sent me some information on. We got probably 6 more employees they'll be hiring with the expansion. So we just want to make sure that we have some parking for them. Review of any drainage plans by the County Drain Commission. And then, of course, which we probably won't have any, but I just thought I'd put in there just in case, because it's all interior work. Review of any required water, sewer drawings, connections to the City of Alma system by the Public Services Director. And then those will be reviewed by Planning Commission as needed. So those are staff's comments.
Thanks, Eric. Anybody got any questions?
Great plan. Congratulations and thank you. We love to see you growing.
Yeah, just a quick comment or two. We find ourselves in an awesome position. You would think with COVID things would be lagging, but things are booming with us. Right now we're producing 30 boats a day.
Wow.
And the reason for the outside lean-to is store more materials to feed into the line. And then the truckload building doubling, we can build them, but we're having trouble shipping them. So our goal is to get up to 36 a day here in the next couple of months. So it's a needed expansion. It'll look nice just like the rest of the buildings. And we're looking forward to working with the city on it.
No? Anybody got any questions about anything? The layout or anything? It looks pretty good to me. I mean, they've been expanding for a few years now. It doesn't look a whole lot different. What's that?
I said, I think they've got the process down pretty pat.
I think so too.
And it looks really nice to drive by and see all the cars parked there during the day, knowing that a lot of people have a good job. So thank you for bringing more jobs to the Alma.
I'll just add, guys, too, I'm really appreciative of your open discussions with the neighborhood too around you, and making sure that everything is meeting everybody's needs. That will help us long term, that's for sure, and really appreciate that.
Our pleasure.
All right, with that, if nobody else has any other questions, I'll entertain a motion to approve the site plan for 903 Michigan Avenue.
I'll move it, Wheeler.
Support.
I have a motion and support to approve the site plan and the other stuff that Eric had there too. Anyway, all those in favor can give me another thumbs up. That's working pretty good.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Thumbs down. Looks like it passed unanimously. Congratulations and good luck on getting it started with this really cold weather. Might be a little bit.
Well, thank you very much. We will process as quick as we can.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you again.
Yep,
Thanks,
have
Frank.
a good evening.
All right. Next thing on the agenda is a site plan review for 225 East Warwick. Prism Primary Care is proposing to construct a 5,123 square foot medical office. The vacant parcel is located just north of Mid-Michigan Medical Center's facility. The property is zoned OS Office Services. The proposed use is a permitted use in the OS district and requires a site plan approval by the Planning Commission. And with that, we'll turn it over to Eric, and I think there was a few questions on that staff had too, so.
As you mentioned, this is be a brand new office on a vacant lot. The new office will be 5,123 square feet. This is a permitted use in the Office Services Commercial District. The lot size there is 28,532 square feet. Which meets our criteria for the size of the lot. The proposed building, as we know that now, our lot coverage is 18%. Maximum in the OS district is 40, so we're good on our lot coverage there. Front setback is 80, and it's required is 30. Our west is 70, and in that district it's 5 on one side, a total of 15 required. On the east side we have 17, 5 is required for a total of 15, so we got ourselves covered in our side setbacks. Our rear setback is 20, and 20 is provided. For parking spaces, 24 spaces, including 4 barrier-free, have been shown on the drawing. Based on medical clinics within our ordinance, there's 6 exam rooms there, so that would require 12 spaces. Diagnostics rooms, there's 2 rooms, that would be 2 spaces for 1 each. Offices, there's 8 of those, so there'd be 8 spaces for those. So basically underneath the ordinance, we would require for them to have 22, including 2 barrier-free, so they meet our parking requirement. Trash removal, showing a dumpster space provided on the north end of the parking lot and is enclosed. Landscaping, we do not have a landscaping plan at this point, but it does show a fence on the north property line and then a rain garden on the south. Lighting, there'll be no poles, so we don't have to worry about height of poles. But they have provided for 20 LED recessed soffit lights around the building. There's 5 LED wall packs on the side of the building. And then there are 4 LED bollard lights, which when those are lit up, they look quite nice. Under staff comments, at this point, we don't have a landscaping plan provided. Once the plan is complete, submit it to staff, and we'll bring it back to Planning Commission for review. For a new construction, new parcel, we either have to meet the requirements of the zoning ordinance, or we have to ask the Planning Commission for relief or approval of that plan. At this point, we don't have a full drainage plan, and so once that gets permitted, our staff at Public Works will need to review that, and we'll need to bring back that to Planning Commission if we need to. The 12-foot asphalt path that's shown on your drawing on the east side of the building may be removed by the owner if they wish. So hopefully that will provide some extra green space, and obviously hopefully that helps them save some money on the project. Any signage proposed must comply with city ordinance and obtain a permit through the city. And then approval is based on the site plan compliance with public works requirements for driveways, water and sewer, storm water connections, and all those permits need to be obtained before construction. And that's pretty standard boilerplate items, but those items need to be reviewed yet also. So that's my staff comments.
All right, thanks, Eric. Just a little questioning about why all of that wasn't done all at once. So, I mean, is this something we can approve for them to get started, and then they have to come back? Or, I mean, usually all this stuff's done.
Yep, we could approve it based contingent upon those plans coming back to us, and then bring them back to you guys, hopefully the next month.
Okay, all right. I just was, because usually this stuff's all done. Thought it was a lot. Most of it wasn't done. So
just trying to help them keep their owner that wants to try to get you folks once we receive those other pieces of it.
Okay, all right, makes sense. Anybody else got questions?
No, move approval based on contingent of meeting those other items.
Or Heather.
All right, I got a motion and support to approve the site plan as presented so far, and contingent on the rest of it being submitted later. All those in favor say aye. Or thumbs up. That's the way to do it. Thumbs up. Any opposed? Thumbs down. Looks like we're all set, Eric.
Okay.
Thank you for that one.
Yep.
All right, and the next one is a partial division request for 145 South Grover Avenue. The applicant, Ms. Kelly Coyne and Jeanette Brown, are requesting a division of the parent parcel number 2951-021-78600, the home parcel, will be 2.33 acres. The division parcel 2951-021-78600, the vacant parcel, will be 17.52 acres. The certificate of survey and application were provided. Partial divisions require planning commission review and approval. So I don't know if this is going to be Kathy or Eric, but let us know what's going on.
Would you like to take it, Kathy? There she is.
Here I am. Hello. Yes, Kelly Coyne submitted a land division request. She would like to divide the 17.52 acres off, and that will go to Joe Butcher. So what we'll do is combine that onto Joe Butcher's parcel, so it won't be a non-conforming parcel.
Okay, it's just an addition to a piece of Joe's property then. Okay.
Yes, his parcel is adjacent to that. He farms all that.
Okay. That makes more sense. Now, anybody got any other questions for Kathy or Eric?
So with that parcel, so I mean, I'm presuming they're buying it and everything like that. Are there any, I guess, repercussions if he, for some reason, doesn't buy it and then that parcel is just sitting there landlocked with no easement to get to it? Is that going to be an issue possible for looking at, or?
Right, that's a good question. No, the split will be contingent on that. Like, I won't split it if it's going to be landlocked. So Joe will have to immediately submit the deed and property transfer affidavit. And I've been in contact with Kelly Coyne, and that's all going to happen simultaneously.
You're not creating a new parcel, are you then, right? You're just adding that piece onto what Joe already owns.
It will be a new parcel. It will be split off Kelly's parcel. So then that will be a new parcel, but then I'll immediately combine it onto Joe's parcel. So I'd be creating a parcel only to combine it to his.
Sounds like a lot of work. All right. Anybody got any other questions? If not, we'll entertain a motion to approve.
Wheeler will move it.
Support.
Yeah. All right. I got motion and support to approve parcel division request for 145 South Grover Avenue. All those in favor, give me a thumbs up. It looks like everybody gave me thumbs up, so there's no sense to say thumbs down. Thanks, everybody. It looks like
I'm going to go back to hiding.
Bye.
Multitasking.
Yeah. Haven't seen you in a while. Bye.
Bye.
All right. And then that takes care of that. We have other business. The signed ordinance provided with sections redlined as the starting point to review and amend the ordinance. No action or discussion, just for a review. There was a lot of redline stuff there, you guys.
Yeah, I think it shows you that the ordinance is pretty much done for now to recreate.
It sure looks like it, doesn't it?
And Don, I didn't put any action or anything on that because we had quite a few things on here today, so I didn't know how long that was going to take.
Yeah.
But we did want to get this in front of the Planning Commission just so you could start to digest it a little bit and see the areas that basically we're just going to have to just take out, obviously, and then what to replace it with. So our main probably our main area will be with what we want to do with residential, and then how to allow for folks to show their preferences for folks during the election time without calling it the election. So I think there's a way to word that legally, but that seems to be the time where we get a lot of folks who want to put out multiple types of signage is during those time periods. And just from a staff point of view, I'd like to find a way to be able to do that without doing it all year. Having 9 signs out there all year is probably not preferable to most of us. But to find a way to be able to do it
Could they be labeled campaign signs, or would that still be kind of a no-no too?
Yeah, we can't call them campaign signs or anything.
Okay.
I think what you could do is for a specified time before and after the election, increase the number of signs allowed in a residential district. You can't really say what kind of signs you're allowing, but you could increase the number.
Allow more for that period of time.
For a period of time, because you can time, place, and manner. So you can.
Yeah, because obviously, I know we'd get a lot of calls if we just said, nope, you get one sign in this place. And when it comes to election time, people will probably be okay with that for the most part until we get to election time, and then that would change. So just try to find a way to do that so we don't have 9 signs out there, because some people will, not because they want to. It's just to show that they can. So I'd like to make sure to.
Aaron, you're shaking.
I'm shaking.
Like
I'm shaking my head. Yes, you can do that.
All right.
Yeah.
You can do so for the month. So for the month of October 15th through November 15th, you could be allowed up to X. Any other time of year, it's 1.
We could do that. Yeah,
you could do that.
Well, no, we do have elections the other times of years too, don't we? I mean, that's not our only election period.
Well, there's primaries and runoffs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's.
I think we're doing the time. We've condensed those down, but I'm not sure.
Right, where you only have maybe 2 a year.
Right.
Yeah, we don't have as many windows as we used to.
I think you could probably still set the increased amount of signs contingent on days before and after a scheduled election.
Can we say the word election?
I think you can say the word election. You just can't say the word campaign sign. The election is marking time, right? It's a date.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can't say that you can have extra campaign signs. You can have extra signs. It's the way I look at it.
Well, would you give them 3 weeks, 4 weeks in advance of an election, and the day after they come down?
I think we could use those times very similar to what we've always used as far as the time frame.
Yeah, there's a time frame.
We couldn't do anything this year, but.
So having one sign rest.
And then the rest of the time, I don't know, maybe 1's too tight, but it seems like 1 sign's enough.
Well, one sign the rest of the year would cover for like
for sale,
signs and yard sale, or which those are usually pretty temporary anyway, or for rent or something like that.
The downside is you got if I got 2 kids and one's a football player and one's a basketball player.
I was just going to say that.
And God forbid you got the 3rd kid that's playing hockey.
You always like one kid better, so it doesn't.
Force you to combine your sign and
I only had 1 and I'd have 0 out. So
stack them into one sign, right?
Yeah.
And then there's these businesses popping up with their, they have those signs that they put up temporarily for happy birthday and things like that. I'm not sure how that would fit into that equation. That's multiple signs.
24-hour signs.
Yeah, that's what
I think we'd be smart.
What about flamingos?
That's another tough one.
I don't believe flamingos meet our sign definition.
Well, I think we pretty much got rid of the abandoned cars in the yard, though.
No, not necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
Maybe the abandoned ones, but not the parked ones.
Right.
That's an ongoing fight all the time. It really is.
Yeah, I got a neighbor over here who likes to park on the grass all the time, but it's like he just doesn't have a very big driveway. I mean, what can you do? He's got a company truck, and I mean, I'm not going to turn him in for it, Aaron.
Well, you just did.
Park on the street and pay the fines. That's what I had to do all my life.
I'll give you the address after the meeting.
No.
I'll give you the address after the meeting.
I think Jim knows what I'm talking about.
I think we know the area.
Yeah.
Well, I think what we could do for the residential thing is we can email some of our counterparts and see if they've come up with a number for to allow for that, and just come down to what we feel comfortable of what we'd like to have. I know I was talking to Matt today about right now we do allow flags, in residential areas, but do we want to be more specific on how you have to hang them? Could be something way to, and the size of them too. So that could be another way of looking at those also.
Yeah, tacked to your house is not appropriate.
It doesn't look that. Yeah, it's if you go from a standpoint, and yeah. So, but we can't tell what type of flag, but we can obviously tell them it has to be on a flagpole, one of those little flag holders off the side of your house or whatever, and
Bracket,
that sort of thing. You can say those things instead of just nailing it to the side of the house.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, I'm sure that this is probably a statewide problem with all the changes that's been made. So you shouldn't have too much problem reaching out. I would think anyway, to see if anybody's tried tackling it yet.
Well, the interesting thing is it was a 2016 case, and really probably this election period is what brought a lot of this stuff to everybody's attention now. And you're going, oh, like you see how redlined ours is.
Yeah.
So it's all of a sudden everybody's looking at it at the same time going, well, we really kind of let this thing go or made adjustments like we did earlier with ours that
right.
keep going forward with it now.
Well, I think you guys did a pretty good job of trying to handle that situation too, because it seemed like everybody came out of it with a smile, sort of. You
think so, Aaron?
You know
we
what
got
I mean?
through it. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
There's one in Rockingham that.
That wasn't a smiling one there.
Yeah, well.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll be the next for the next meeting. We'll work on that residential temporary section. I think, and then with the flags also, because I think those are probably going to be our from a standpoint of public input, probably our most not necessarily controversial, but the most talked about. Let's just say it that way.
Right.
That'll be the one we'll hear about if we get it wrong. That's for sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anything else going on, Eric?
Well, I didn't give you enough tonight.
No, I just thought I'd ask, see if you got anything.
No, not this time. Like our last meeting, Don, I didn't have any of the stuff in front of me too. So. Yeah, sometimes things just happen.
No,
so we've been kicking around so that you know of really trying to get something out that gives some people some deadlines. That doesn't happen often, but I do know this was basically 3 days before. Here's all of my plans or things like that. So and that was me talking more than Eric. Eric tries to be really accommodating, but it's gonna. And we'll do it right so that it's fair. But I think that we need to make sure that we're getting stuff in a timely manner. This is all about planning, after all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Having Eric work until 9 or 10 o'clock at night to get the stuff out isn't fair to him.
Yeah.
No.
Or I assume you're working during the day too, right?
And he works fast. It's not the fact that he's not getting it done. It's the fact that it doesn't come in until late, and you see how much there is to go through. We read the synopsis, but he's the one that's been through the whole thing. So.
I assume he's got to reach out to other departments. I mean, talk to Dave and you, and I mean, there's other people that have to see the stuff to pass it around.
Well, we've seen him come out on Saturday or Sunday because he didn't get to it, and he did a Saturday or Sunday, whatever it takes. So,
Well, I don't think it'd be wrong for us to ask for 14 days, 10 days, and there's always an exception. But I think he's good enough at this job that he knows when those exceptions are legit, and so I think we need to just let people know that. Because this really was a last second drop, and we went from nothing for a couple months to a whole lot in one little period of time.
Some good stuff tonight too. So
I didn't want to. I wanted to try to get it on the agenda today for you folks, and so that I can keep them moving. Mm-hmm. But it was like 3 days before, and the ACE wasn't obviously because we had to get a public hearing out.
Right.
But like 3 days before, it makes it a little tougher. And if it's just one of them, it's not such a big deal. But when you have, 3 and 4, it's
land.
Yeah.
Good problem to have, though.
No, that's why I didn't want to hold them up. That's why we got it done tonight.
We appreciate your work, Eric. I'm not going to pay you any extra, but we appreciate it.
We get a lot of kudos down here. You talk to like Holton when he's worked up in Mount Pleasant and compares it to down here. It's night and day how much we work with people and everything else. So yeah, if it's every year, if it's every month, it wears you out. But it's kind of like the guys at Avalon. It's like it dawns on them after they've got the building half ready to go. Ooh, better get a permit here. And same way on the hospital side over there. I mean, so you're using your head though, Eric.
Right.
The people that are coming through here, and it just jams up. And I think it's it's our point to look at them and say, like approving the one for Warwick, knowing you're going to have to come back around and clean it up a little bit. But you're doing a great job, and the word gets out though that we're a friendly place to do business, and we work with it. But but we still require the right things to happen. So that's the balance.
Yeah,
Great.
Kudos to you for sure for making that happen, Eric.
And if anybody's got nothing else, we'll take Jim's standard motion.
Yep, never fails. Move we
All right, all those in favor can say goodbye.
Right.
We'll see you next time.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thanks, everybody.
Tomorrow night at 5:30.
Okay, tomorrow night.
30,
5:30 tomorrow.
same place.